Welcome back to Marriage Ministry of Friendship Missionary Baptist Church. I'm Sister Angela Bernard, along with my husband, Reverend James Bernard, and we are so excited that you are with us. And our topic this week will be edification. Now, we realize this is our fourth week with this ministry, and we've had some really great topics. Our first week, we talked about harmony in the marriage. Then we talked about comfort. Last week, we did courting, and we are surely hoping that some of you all had the opportunity to court each other once more. And again, this week, we're talking about edification. So with that in mind, we're going to turn it over to Reverend Bernard to read us our scripture for this first week, week four, thank you, out of Romans, the 14th chapter and the 19th verse.
And the scripture read, "Let us pursue after things which make for peace, and the things which by we may edify one another."
Edify. What does that mean? What does the word edify mean? It means it's an act of something. It's an act of building each other up, not tearing each other down. And oftentimes we can use words, actions, innuendos, to tear each other down. But we're going to talk about building each other up, because in our married relationships, it's just between the two of you. And if you're constantly wearing and building and tearing each other down, then you are actually doing more harm. You're doing a lot of harm to your relationship. I remember someone telling me many years ago about how a bridge is often rebuilt after a storm. How those pillars are repositioned for that bridge, and with the pillars, you can't place them in the same place that they were damaged out of. You have to replace them. You have to put them in a different place. You have to respond differently than to what it was when that bridge was first built. And that's what we have to do in our marriages. We have to sometimes replace those words that tear each other down. We have to replace those actions that wear on each other. Edification, it just simply means to build up. And it can be exciting to watch your spouse change.
Yes.
Through those words of edification. When you are affirming that person, the growth that you may see with his or her life can often be just amazing.
Amen.
It means removing any words of criticism or judgment and replacing those words with words that build up, those words that affirm, character development.
Amen.
Edification means being glad to see your husband or your wife. It means complimenting your spouse on a strength that you are seeing or noticing when he or she has made an effort to change.
And it also means not only to build up her with words, but also when she doesn't wash the vehicle like you would, but she put forth the effort. That's a great opportunity to build her up. when he's not reminded to take the trash out. He just automatically takes the trash out. That's an opportunity to build him up.
Yeah.
When he goes by and pick up the laundry, that's an opportunity to build him up.
You know, we talked about laundry when in week 1. We talked about the trash in week 1. We do want you to know we're being a little transparent here because those things happen. You know, they may happen in your marriage. We don't know, but we know what happens in ours. And the one thing we have really understood that it may not happen the way we want it to happen. But when the effort is put forward, it is good to say, you know, I really do appreciate what you have done. Not that you tried and failed, but I just appreciate what you have done. It means that you comment positively on the progression made, the taking the trash out without having to be asked.
Yes. You know, we normally look at a glass because we use a little sarcasm, and sometimes our sarcasm be a little curt, and we see a glass half empty and not half full. So we need to see our spouse as a half full glass and not a half empty glass. It's just a different perspective of looking at the same thing that you're seeing.
What Reverend is really saying is we need to look at all of the positives. It means suspending the half empty. It stop worrying about what's not all the way in there. Just deal with what you have. We don't always appreciate who we have or our relationship. And oftentimes when we appreciate the person, it's the person has gone on to be with the Lord. And those words that you wanted to say, you know, you can't say. But what we need to learn to do is build each other up at all times. There is a prayer we want to leave with you. And it says, Lord, remove my half-empty view of my marriage. And then there's this question. Which of your spouse's efforts at change can you complement today? Promote growth and development in your relationships.
Amen.
God bless you.
God keep you.
Is our prayer.